All right, 8th grade. So what we're going to do today is we're going to talk about coordinate rotations. Previously, we've talked about translations that slid the image. Yesterday, we talked about reflections that flipped or mirror imaged what we had. And now today we're going to talk about rotations, and it might be a little confusing at first. What I need you all to have is a highlighter. Actually, make sure everyone at your table has a different color to make our work a little easier today. You have everything provided just because I think it would be too difficult to talk through, have you copy, and get the gist of it since I'm not here with you. So coordinate rotations means to turn it about a point, and that point we're going to use the origin, so we're going to spin this. And there's two different ways that we can spin. We could spin as the clock turns clockwise, or we could spin vice versa, counterclockwise. Realize that eventually going clockwise or counterclockwise and clockwise, we could end up with the same thing, just different amounts of degrees we turn. On our coordinate plane, we have 4 quadrants. Around a circle, there's 360 degrees. And so here, we have a 90-degree turn to get to here, another 90, 90, and 90 again. We keep going by 90s. And so the first one that we're going to look at is what we call a 90-degree counterclockwise, or it would have matched up with 270 clockwise. And so what I'd like you to do is take a highlighter. I'd like you to highlight 90 degrees counterclockwise, 270 counterclockwise, and highlight this image. This here is my image. Now I want to look at the points. How did they change? Well, 2, 2 to negative 2, 2. Not a lot looks different, but if we look at 4, 6, negative 6, 4, or 7, 2, negative 2, 7, what ends up happening is the X and Y flip-flop spots, and the first number becomes negative, and so this is my rule here. Okay. We have another rotation that we can do. We can take our image and we can turn it once, twice, and that's 180 degrees. And so that's this one here. Realize if I go 180 degrees counterclockwise or 180 clockwise, we get the same thing. Let's pick a different color to highlight on this one. So let's highlight the 180. Our image from that, and the corresponding rule, how the points change. Here, they just become both negative. And our last one then is 270 counterclockwise or 90 clockwise. And that would be this image. Our rule is they flip-flop still, but the second coordinate is now negative. Now these rules can be kind of hard to remember, and so we have a different technique that we could use. Instead of turning our transparency like we did, we could turn our paper. If I turn my paper 90 degrees, and now think of this as negative 1, negative 2, up 2, or negative 6, up 4. I can list out these points and then copy them down once my paper is right side up. So looking again, if I wanted to do the 180, and let's look at the 4, 6 since these numbers are different, I would take my paper, turn it 90, turn it 180, and where did my 4, 6 go? Now 4, 6 was my letter B. My 4, 6 is now at negative 4, negative 6. I would write that down, turn my paper back around, and go ahead and plot. And so I don't necessarily need to remember all of these rules verbatim, but I have other strategies that I can use. Notice that when shapes rotate, we can have different things happen. So here, my A was at 4, 3. If I turn it 90 degrees counterclockwise, my A is at negative 1, 2, 3, up 4. And then I can look for the pattern in the numbers to help me remember. Oh, they flip-flopped and this one turned its opposite. And then I could apply that to my next 2 points. And similarly, I could do that for 90 degrees clockwise. This would have been my pre-image this time, going to this. And I can tell that by which one has just the letter versus A prime. And I can also do that for 180 degrees. And so today, your job is to apply these rules. You will use the pre-made worksheet that guides with the textbook. You will answer 1 through 5, 10 through 14, and 17. It's all filled out here so you can circle from the text. And then when we have to do the rotations, plot the original, so copy that down, and then turn your paper however many degrees you need to, count out the spots, and apply that transformation. The last one, number 17, is on the back. Don't forget about that one.